that it's kind of like an old people issue. Like, somehow the preferences change, and now I'm a cat, and I really don't know how to change it back. So I've been trying to find like where the settings are, but I think this just happens to old people. Like we just can't figure out Zoom. And now you're a cat. I I can't really do it. It's been an issue. I've been trying to fix it, but at this point, I'm cat and do some fun.
What's the role of it? You're a cat today.
Yeah, cats are great. How you doing,
Oh
bud?
my god.
We're gonna live this type demo, advanced computer audio. I don't even know how
Oh,
computer audio. All right, well, yeah,
oh my days. Wow.
there we go.
Oh,
Music is great though. Hey, look at my ears move. I can
yeah,
actually
right?
ears in my eyebrows. This thing is great. I want to be a cat. Can I move my arms? No, the arms don't move.
Best cat ever.
But also the mask around the environment is really so
Yep.
perfect. Um, so tell me what's going on. Yeah, you seem like this has been like a challenge.
Yeah,
Um,
because so like I
what's
was
your
following the
favorite?
direction, or
Hold
like
on.
I was following all the
Hold on one
examples
second.
that.
Please hold. Please hold.
Yeah.
I need to lower the thing. I gave up on the chat, but here we go. There we go. Okay, so I need you to do me a favor and like
Mhm.
I made a copy of the whole thing, but
Sure.
I
Yeah.
want you to go to the because I already like started tweaking with it. Go to
Yeah.
the revert this one to the original in Canva. Like
Okay.
you know how you revert the file back in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
one.
Oh wait. Here, I got that. I can do that. Hold on. Right. Meow.
Meow indeed. Yeah.
Version history. Okay. So there you go. Restore. There we go.
Awesome sauce. So tell me a little bit about what your thinking has been and
So
how we can
I was
improve
looking.
it.
Yeah, so I was looking at all the examples that Rosa was providing. So everything was like very simplistic, just like color and then text. And then she showed me one of the past Beyond posts that she really liked. So I was like, okay, keep it simple. So that's what I did. But I was like, it was a little too simple. So that's why I figured, let me utilize a gradient behind there, just to give it a little something, some visual um some yeah some visual
As
appealment, some pizzazz. So the idea was is that like I wanted to do like where the front gradient is kind of like with the colors, and then as you go through the slide the gradients kind of get more and more. um and I did all the gradients in Figma because like for some reason you can't do gradients in Canva, which is weird. But or like change the gradients in Canva. But yeah, like I just was just following direction, just like put text, nice looking background, and that's it. Call it a day. But I'm like, I don't know, I'm just stumped.
I mean the gradient. So the issue, there are gradients in the brand style guide. I got her message and I haven't been able to find it.
Mm-hmm.
On like the performance of the previous ones relative
Oh
to.
right, yeah,
So we
that's
used a design style that was kind of reference to an account that does inspirational sayings,
yeah.
right? And then but I saw how it was used, and it was problematic because that aesthetic really depended on the words being short, pithy, inspirational things that were easy to
Mm-hmm.
split up into multiple words. So when you split them up, it really lost the meaning and they were difficult to read. So
Yeah.
that's when the performance dropped. There were less than reading, it was comprehension. All right,
Mhm.
so for these, let's just break it down typographically. So
Sure.
like I started over here. Um, now that I know that the gradient is kind of like a what do you call it?
Yeah, it's just a basic PNG.
Right. I'm gonna lower the gradient just a little bit.
Hmm.
Uh, but going back to the challenge, that I've been trying to solve for beyond that we're trying to solve is that we started using the bold serif typeface. Oh, here's
Yeah.
the so this is the first one where we experimented with this idea of doing this kind of
Yeah.
like thing, and it kind of worked. Don't rush back. Let's see how did it perform. Uh, after it didn't do bad. This one actually did okay.
Hmm.
But these things are really nice. They're like posters. Don't neglect sleep. What happened there? What's that little thing?
Oh, that's like the asterisk to use to hide idle gain. I think
Oh,
that was a leftover artifact.
that's great. Um, don't expect needing everything. What about this? Okay. And then that's the cover. That's that. That's a cover also. So one of the things is how do we mix it up? The down here, I thought that it was too much of this font. So like
Yeah.
uh, Rosa, the social media guru, Beyond likes to kind of vary it. But
Hmm.
then the challenge is that they're like little mini posters, and then systemizing it at its simplest level probably is the best thing. Like what I
Yeah.
did here is that I just use two of the fonts.
Yeah.
A sans serif typeface is very open, and then it kind of just allowed for this very simple kind of thing. The performance is interesting on that one. Look at that. This performed really well, and it's just an image.
Hmm.
The more complex the typography sometimes, uh, they have, well, this is an influencer. They have a hard time performing. Okay, so let's move up to,
And I guess like the big challenge is like condensing all that information into a typographic style that makes sense, but also is legible and it doesn't bore people when reading it.
welcome to typography. Uh,
Right.
that's the whole thing, step one. So yeah, lab testing and blood panels. This, we could have skipped these lines and
Yeah.
just step one, lab, because lab testing, blood panels, that's what gave us, look, the performance issue. These are hard to read.
Hmm.
Typography problem. These are actually really hard to read. Like the blue zones should have just been one type.
Yeah.
Move naturally should have been one type. Using that mechanic on this was not necessarily this greatest, and that's what we're going back to now. Okay, let's progress.
Hmm.
All right, so in terms of the simple way, going back to here. So really like what I did first is like, all right, let's go back to Barlow condensed uppercase. Then let's Barlow. Let's why can't I find it? Here it is. No, that's not Barlow condensed. Right here, Barlow condensed, semi-bold is what we've been using. The reason why the minute that Barlow becomes bold, it gets a little clunky. So
Right.
then what I was doing over here was ibogaine is not a casual psychedelic. So really
No.
not is the big thing. So I'm gonna look at what the point size is here. Again, what I'm doing is making a mini poster. So All right, and then I immediately saw that from the previous idea that we can actually do that. And then of course, you don't want it to say ibogaine, it's a kind of psychedelic.
Hmm.
Space. And then I'm using the other font that we're using, which is Work Sans. And I'm using it. Work Sans is cool because it has like extra bold. And then I'm gonna go. I made it bold, not extra bold yet. Yeah, for sure, extra bold is the best. Meaning, what I want to do is make this really like, uh, basically, how would you call it? Bold statement. Ha, no pun intended. I'm gonna keep on going. Nah. What do you read first there?
Ibogaine is not a casual, so I read not a casual psychedelic.
Right. So now it has a hook.
Yeah.
Ibogaine is not. And then here's why. So right. So the challenge here is that the medium, you want that to read, but you also want it to be clearly a second read, right? So I'm gonna go
Hmm.
to stands and I'm gonna make it regular or light. What's kind of cool about light is that it recedes very quickly without, but it's still readable.
Yeah.
Um, but we can make light work in that color. Actually, it does kind of work because you have that gradient that you did. So
Hmm.
let's lower the gradient just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, yeah. What you're doing with the gradient is trying to like, you're responding to how drab that blue looks. I
Yeah.
think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
But if you
Because I
look at
wanted to
the
spice up the blue a bit.
yeah, but if you look at the entire, like, there's areas where that blue is pretty spicy. What's going on? Like, is that because it's a different blue? This
I
dark
think
blue?
so. I think they
Or,
went with like a lighter shade or something.
uh, it might, I don't know what the instance is. Let's find out what this one is here. I'm gonna
Oh, I
bring
have
up,
that one. Yeah, that's the exact same blue.
find out what the color of the background blue is. All right,
Yeah.
so here's why medical safety matters. What I'm gonna do is, and safety needs to be spelled correctly. I'm gonna,
So
I'm
it's
gonna
indigo. So sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say like it's the blue that was used is indigo, and it's OFOF40.
Is it a different blue than the blue that this one's using?
Nope, it's the same one.
Okay,
It's probably like the sliders or the opacity.
okay. So ibogaine is not a casual psychedelic. So the one thing I'm gonna look at is if the left margin is the same left margin that all of them are using, so that we don't like like. So you see how here not I did the same
Hmm.
thing, and I varied only two letters out of is not a casual like psychedelic. I I don't know if I want to do like anything else. So after Ibogaine is not maybe casual. It would be a good word to vary, but let's not do that. Let's keep this kind of close.
Yeah.
And then all right. So for the secondary, here's why that this kind of like here's why safety matters. I have a little bit of a problem sometimes with this particular font. This just feels, and then I don't want to go too far away to make it brighter, and then
Hmm.
another color. But what I did here is just I just lightening it up a little bit so
Okay.
that it's still within the brand guidelines, and now it's a little bit too big, like it's
Mm.
actually competing with the headline. So remember the squinting thing. So
Right.
now
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool. So this, one of the problems that I've been seeing with work sans, and maybe it's all in my head. All right, so I'm gonna lower the opacity here. Can you lower this,
Yep.
unlock and lower that, your
Oh, that's
gradient?
just a regular background.
Oh, you don't have the gradient
Nope.
here.
Nope.
Cool. Maybe we should.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
could put a gradient in there.
what I'm trying to do is trying to get impact on a different kind of medicine reads that better now. One
Right.
font I used recently, actually that is being used for Beyond Research. Beyond Research is where I started pushing Beyond Re Beyond Research. You see how that light blue, and then I used this is IBM Plex, I think is
Hmm.
what we
Oh
use.
yeah, I think we use that at on one of the other slides.
The reason why IBM Plex reads really well, and it feels like I don't know, it feels kind of like institutional for some weird reason. It feels, well, it was designed for IBM, but the thing is that it's very like readable as a
Hmm.
sense. So I'm very impressed. It happens to also be designed by one of my classmates at Art Center, Michael Abink. But he was a badass in like typography.
Right.
Random mention of friends from Art Center. That's what happens when you're a cat. Yeah, ooh, look, my ears
Right.
ring. Um, um, so the reason why I changed that, oh well, it's researchy, and there's like a whole white paper, a research paper that got published, and I used that IBM basically Plex Sans, and it has a condense. So then I get the, why do you think condenses was a thing? Will help.
Sorry, I didn't get that. You cut out.
Why do you think condense? Why do you think the condense is like a good idea?
Um, I think it just compacts it more, so that way it's easy to read. That people can read it within 5 seconds, like speed readers. Since we're going through like since it's a carousel, we're just like scrolling through like okay, next one, next one, next one.
That is close. Like I can make it bigger. I can make
Yeah.
the font bigger because it's condensed. So notice that I kind of like dropped one thing there. So now I
Hmm.
have IBM, IBM. It's fine. Ibogaine is not a casual psychedelic. Here's why medical safety matters. So now that looks like a little poster. Like if you can follow
Yeah.
up, and like I want to make sure that the left alignment is similar to the ones that we've been doing, and I'm pretty sure it is.
Hmm.
They're all using this template, right? Um, the feed is improving every day. It's looking better and better.
Yeah.
All right, back to us here in the studio. That looks like a nice little poster. All right, so what I did here is I'm increasing that top. Even if potentially it does that, but I think I can still get it on 2 lines. Yes.
Right. Okay.
That color sometimes is a little problematic. But what I'm gonna do here, which is nuts, is I'm gonna violate the style guide a little bit. I'm gonna bring it up just a notch. And what I want you to do is to take that. I'm
Hmm.
gonna give you that in the chat. I want you to create a new version, a new color in that style guide. Do you know how to do that? I don't know how to do
Yep.
it.
I can.
That basically is a little bit more poppy.
Okay.
This is maybe too poppy. You know what? I feel like I'm violating the style guide. I'm gonna bring it back to the regular color. I think it's fine. It's very readable. A different kind of medicine. Ibogaine works in. So borrowing, the only problem is that introducing IBM Plex Sans to the system
Hmm.
is a variance potential. So what I did there is that I put it back to regular, not bold. Sorry, not condensed, just for shits and giggles. But you
Right.
see the difference between these two?
Yeah, I see a
So
major difference because the one I did is not legible at all, but the one that you tweaked with, it's perfectly legible. You can literally a boomer can read it.
Boomers need to read stuff, and well, and if boomers knew how to change their avatar from a cat to freaking a regular thing, that'd be good too. I mean, okay, boomer, like
Should have dangled some whiskers in front of you or something.
I'm having some issues here. Like I've been joining client meetings as a cat, and it takes me like 20 minutes. It's taking me 20 minutes to change it, and I don't know what
Oh
to
no.
do. Like, I mean, I've just given up. Today, I just gave up. That's
It's all good.
the universe has surrender. We're in a Taurus, like full moon,
Yeah.
a new moon, a Taurus new moon, and
But
of
it's in
course,
your video settings, and then you go into
I
avatar.
don't need. I don't need to. I don't want. I'm
Okay.
just go all the way here. All right, help me out. So 74. Let's make this 74 to even it out. Let's make all the headlines 74 that font, and
Okay.
then make all the text. I'll have you do the work, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna lower the opacity and your gradients. I think the gradients are kind of cool. I'm lowering it a little bit, but I
Yep.
think that's definitely gonna make the feed feel a little bit, fresh.
Sure.
I feel like every single like it's a queer eye makeover of like
Exactly.
um this was close. This was close. No cigar, but it was close. I love the image selection.
Thank you. I was yeah, it was some of it is from the stock images that we have, and then some of it is from Unsplash and other places.
Yeah, the little details. Um, like Ritual's a little back, but it's
Hmm.
all good. Yeah, we needed to get rid of that the decision there is not to use that. Okay, why define drum circle workshop highlight. This is done by another person. Oh, check it out. The logo's on that. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay, back to us here in the studio. Hypogame is not a category. So one thing I'm gonna do is here's gonna lower that just a little bit more.
And we're not doing any lifted effects on the main type, right? Or are we putting the lifted effects?
The what?
So on the
I I don't like the shadow like that
okay,
effect to make it more readable. I rather kind of like if there's a readability issue, I rather make the background darker.
okay,
So this is 74. This is 74. So what I'm gonna do here is because the is just feels like it's standing out there. There we go. Now it's a little bit better. Those two are even. And then I'm gonna lower the line spacing here just a little bit. Um, what do I have the other one at? It's a tricky thing because readability on the internet is
hmm,
it's better to have things be a little bit open. The basically the letting. Um, I like to make shit tight, uh, just to counter the internet's.
the internet news.
Okay, a different kind of medicine. So really the experiment or the test here is gonna be, will this perform better because it's simpler? I think so. I think it'll
Hmm.
be like a no-brainer.
I mean,
Um,
less is more, right? That's a rule that
yeah,
goes way
yeah.
back.
Well, also just like the header. Okay, so cardiac monitoring is essential. Personalized medical evaluation. Uh, but so here is title case. Then here it's not a different kind of medicine. Cardiac monitoring. Personalized medical evaluation. And then let's get rid of. If we don't need the shadow,
Yeah, I'm taking all of them off.
yeah. So yeah, okay, so here we got a problem.
Yeah.
Houston. That one means we need to lower the opacity. Then here so on site should be in one line, and that's the best we're gonna do here. Train medical on site, yep, that's the best we're gonna do. So now I'm gonna go here and we're gonna go 1.6. Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, this approach will.
So for the very last slide, I don't think it'll work with the pop-in setting.
Let's take the gradient off on the last one.
Hmm.
When it comes to ibogaine and setting, uh, the setting and support make all the difference. So, I mean, that's kind of like the takeaway message. I think it could be pop-ins. I think you can keep it. Just making it bigger there. When it comes to ibogaine, and let's make sure that this is where and then make one more, like, separate this. I would drop that, and then I would put a colon here. Um, that helps. The reason for that is
Hmm.
by separating it, it highlights it. It draws attention to it. White space is what your tool. And then you notice that I, brought that down just so that I can have Beyond's medical protocols at. So
Yeah.
one of the things when you think of the rule set of why you do that, how you group lines, etc. A lot of it is just readability. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's aesthetics like making those rags better, but a huge amount of it is just like, hey, that line reads better.
Because like I think my brain always goes to aesthetics first and then readability, and that's where I always get hung up on. Like I'm designer brain.
Yeah, and that's also a young designer's like kind of thing. But the reality is that the aesthetics here are on rails, meaning like you don't have that much variance, really.
Hmm.
The reality is that the highest value you can provide a client is functionality, and in this case, make it readable. Remember
Okay.
that here's the sad and real reality. Design at this stage is a freaking commodity. Like,
Hmm.
because people can learn the tools online, because it's such a global marketplace. Um, all of it has become uh, cheapened and easy. Can't there's loyalist designers that complain about Canva and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. Now Affinity.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I don't give a flying F about whether I'm
You give a
using.
flying furball.
Yeah, I don't care about it, whether it's Canva, whether it's Affinity or Adobe products. I mean, I have my ranty old person that can't change a cat avatar rants, which is like, Adobe subscriptions are too expensive. I barely ever open the
Yeah.
software. When I do open the software, I mean, it's like flying a 747 with super old school controls, like literally. So one thing we gotta check is that the extra bolding is the most what you already what you have in here. I have some suspicion that
Hmm.
not all of them are extra bold. That one was bold. So then the question is, does it look better bold than extra bold? I know that sounds like very esoteric, but you do need to look at those details.
Yeah.
Remember the value of the designer from a typographic standpoint comes down to literally the attention to detail, which
Okay.
is a pain in the ass, but. All right, this is the right. But you see that one? Can you tell that
Yeah.
it's right boldness? Yep, extra bold, 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 bold. Okay.
Yeah, it's already looking 1,000 times better.
I think this is good. I mean,
Hmm.
bum, bum, bum.
I just hope that we can establish a design language and stick with it, and then I can just bang out these carousels for Rosa and everyone easier
I
than
have
always
bad.
racking my brain.
I have bad news for you. Bad, bad,
What?
bad, bad news. No, you're gonna have to just get better at typography.
I guess.
It's not gonna be so systemized that you don't have, you're gonna have to make those calls that I just made.
Yeah, I guess. I
It's
guess that's
very,
what's.
it's very nuanced, I know.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes me a better typographer and designer.
I mean, like, this is the universe telling you, like, oh my God, you gotta do it again, do it again, do it again.
Hmm.
That's, you're
No,
using
that's
this,
fair.
you're using a set of fonts that's pretty fixed. You're not a, it's a challenge, I agree.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to respond to this particular client and the
Mhm.
challenges with educated, like, well, kind of thought through and well executed kind of
Yeah.
typography. And it takes time to get there. This is a lot of work what you're dealing with in terms of really getting to this stage. And I'll say, I congratulate you. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're doing it.
I,
All right.
I try my best.
I'm happy with this. Boom, boom, bang.
Awesome.
Deliberate, deliberate. Make sure all the things are aligning.
For sure.
Was that
Yeah, I'll do
helpful?
the. No, that's fantastic. Like, I definitely a lot of help.
My upload.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, sometimes I just need to get out of my own brain and have other people look at it, especially you, so that way I can like see what other folks are seeing. So that really helps because I'm too much in my own brain. So it's really helpful.
Yep, yep. And if you want a cat to review your typography, leave a comment and send us your Canva file, and we'll
Absolutely.
review your typography. All right, brother.
I'll maybe leave some treats under there or something.
I would love that, or some catnip. Somebody send some
Right?
catnip. This
It's good for
catnip,
humans though.
really?
Yeah,
No.
like yeah, sometimes my mom makes this happy tea and it has like catnip in it and some other stuff, and it's like we call it the happy tea because it just gives your body a full high. It's really
Really?
crazy. Yeah,
Go steal the cat's catnip here.
exactly. Yeah.
I like it. Have a good night, brother.
All right, man. Oh, before you go, what should I do about the payments? Like, do we sort that out
Hold
yet?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna introduce you to the CFO right now in an email so that you
Sure.
can take care of that.
Okay, perfect. Cool, cool, cool.
Upload. What's your upload?
My upload is thank you so much for everything, and I'm always learning lots from you. Even though you're a cat right now, I can learn the best from a cat. But yeah, this is helpful, and yeah, always good talking to you on these one-on-ones.
Roger that.
Mm-hmm. All right, go have a cat nap.
I will.